Sorry about that. Okay, hey, it's Friday. Friday. We're gonna play it by ear right now. I may have to dip out. I don't know for sure. We shall see. But we're live right now, so hello everyone. Hello, it's Friday. Mic's on. Yeah? Mike, yeah? Mic's on. What do you mean, Mike? Mike sucks. Oh, fuck. Hello. Jeez. Yeah, I got a call just before the stream went live. Wifey's home right now. We might be okay. I may have to end it early. We're gonna play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're just gonna play it by ear from now. So today it's Print and Chill Friday, but instead of just print and chill, it's gonna be print thick and chill, because we have some of these fat boys here. We've got some Revo High Flows, including this guy that's all blurry, a 1.4 Revo High Flow. So, I'm thinking today, do we want to use the LDO? It's one of these two, because I was originally going to do the V0, because, fat, small prints, but the V0, yeah. So instead, we're going to use one of the V2s, I think. Also, I've got some Caliburn parts here, that Nerf gun. We're going to be building one of those at some point, but I got the parts here. So yeah. Customs went through that because they put Blaster on the package. So Customs had a fun day with that package. Any suggestions for Z-axis binding? Take apart one of the rails. Make sure your rails are perpendicular or parallel, not perpendicular. Flying gantry, exactly. So yeah, are we gonna do the? Yeah, we'll do this one because this is the easiest one for me to get. So let's get all these resin prints that have been collecting dust because I don't know where to put them all. And move them up here. Yeah, come on. You can go up there. I was gonna have this all done before I went live, but I got a phone call, so. So, let's turn you off. Unplug you. There we go. Okay. Also, this is the easiest one to move because it's the lightest. As long as I don't drop it. Haha! So we've got some upgrades to do. Upgrades, people, upgrades. I do have a 50 or 60 watt heater here. So first things first, I'm gonna turn this machine back on and move it up because that was totally smart of me to do to can we do it in here? No. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. And I gotta heat that up. Okay. So put you there, plug you in. Wait for that to boot up. While I'm doing that, hey, you, yes you, do you want to win some filament from Polymaker? Because every stream we give away a spool Polymaker filament. Link in the description, enter for your chance to win. And then also if you just want to buy some, because it's good stuff. There's an affiliate link in the description. Doesn't cost you anything extra. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. And speaking of affiliate links, do you want one of those Revo High Flow thingies? They're kind of cool. If you do, there's also an affiliate link for E3D down there. So if you're gonna throw money at them, why not share some of that money with me? Yeah, I'm not your boss. What I need to figure out is why this stupid camera don't want to work. Okay, extruder 220, heat you up, home all. Nope, the 60 watt heater is the exact same size. Exact same. Same thermistor. The only difference is we are going to have to PID tune it because it's a 60 watt versus a 50. I should have homed it before heating it up. Too late. Too late. Did I get the V06? No! Because why would I fix it on my own time when I could save it to a stream and then I could use it for content? So I do want to give a shout out to Sparta 3D. Overnighted a rail to me. Now, granted, full disclosure, I paid for this. I just went on the site and bought it. But Sparta 3D in Canada, I got a replacement MGN7 rail because this rail is borked. It was already borked, but now it's borked, like a Swedish chef of some sort. And then, yeah, so we're going to be doing that on tomorrow afternoon stream. Unless something happens today, we have to cancel today's stream. We'll see. There we go. Get that old filament out. And turn that off. And then let's blast the fan so it's nice and cool. Let that cool off. So we're gonna be doing some big fat layers today. So, I can't do anything, that's the thing. I'm waiting on word to if I gotta do anything. That's the thing. So for those that are a little concerned and like, oh, do what you need to do. I can't do anything because I don't know if I need to do anything or not. So we're in a holding pattern right now. So we'll see. So I got a new rail. I don't think we need to reprint any parts. I think I'm just gonna fix the parts that cracked with some acetone. That way it's got battle damage, which is cool. So, do I still load filament through the back? Yeah, I got a little, this is actually a V2.0 part still. The Bowden inlet on this machine is from V2.0. Is it my pumpkin mobile? No! But I actually got an email from him yesterday. My new car should be in next week, hopefully. It's in Toronto, so I can. They just got to ship it down here, so that's good. Hopefully, which is nice. Because not having air conditioning sucks. And yeah, I could probably fix it pretty easily. It's you know. It worked in the fall, and now it's summer, and it's not working. So I'm assuming it's not a huge deal. But, yeah, it would still be nice to have air conditioning. And I'm not going to put money into a car that I'm about to sell. So, kind of car? Subaru Crosstrek. Okay, turn that off. Okay, so first things first, we need to take this nozzle out. So right now, funnily enough, this already has a high flow in it. But it's a Bobby High Flow. It's a Bobby High Flow. So I'm going to show you something here that I've known for a while, and people in the industry have known for a while. But people, your average 3D printer doesn't really realize. Nozzle size matters when it comes to flow rates for the most part. So if you're wondering, you know, should I get a Revo High Flow? If you already have Revos, getting the high flow, unless you print abrasive, is a good idea because you'll get more flow. Even if you don't upgrade the heater, even if you stick with the 40 watt, you'll get more. But it really depends on your nozzle size, how much flow you're gonna get. So this is actually at 60 watt, by the way. So with the 60 watt nozzle, a normal Revo will do around like 14 millimeters cubed, 12 to 14 millimeters cubed of PLA. And if you go up to, where is it? High flow, PLA is yellow. You'll get like another, like, you'll go up to like, what is that, 15, 16? So you get a couple extra millimeters cubed. But once you look at like a 0.6 nozzle, you go from, you know, what is that, about 14 millimeters cubed. You go up to 20, 22, 23. A 0.8 nozzle, you go from just, you know, 18 to almost 30. And then the flow rates, once you get to like above a 1 mil nozzle, kind of cap out around 35 to 40, depending on the PLA. That's PLA. ABS flows higher. That's why people do speed benches with ABS. ABS can flow a lot faster. So yeah. Oh shoot, we got to take this apart, don't we? Yeah. So size matters when it comes to high flow printing. I played with the 1.8 CHD a while ago. Actually, we did it on a stream. I printed a really fat boat that I still have somewhere. I'm tempted to glue this little thing on because I always lose it. Okay. So, I don't think I can, nah, dang it, I gotta take this whole thing apart. Because, you know, on the on Stealth Burner, we're all cool. And, you know, keep the wire management clean. We'll make everything tucked away, which means you can't just, you know, easily swap it. You got to take apart the thing. Oh, geez. Okay. Little guy's coming home. Luckily, this schedule, my wife's on afternoons, so she's home right now. So she's actually off getting the little guy. So we're gonna have to end the stream around 1 o'clock today. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that whole front face off, just easier. So yeah, that's what's going on. Little guy. Need to get picked up from school. Yeah, because you can't fit this through. What does 1 o'clock mean in UK? That would be 1300 for you 24-hour clock users. Pogo pin mod. I don't run a lot of mods on my printers. I like to run things kind of stock. I mean, this is running in a, like, this heatsink is the beta Revo heatsink that I got years ago. Okay, so what are we gonna, we're gonna go right to 1.4. We're gonna go right to 1.4, I think. 1.4. Huh? E3D's here? Oh, hi E3D. I don't know which person from E3D is here, but hello. There we go. There's the fat boy. 1.4 millimeter. Wait, am I using the right one? No, this is the right one. Yeah, this is the right one. Right, is this a 60 watt? They are labeled, so you can't mix them up. They are labeled. So 60 watt, 24 volt. You versus the nozzle she tells you not to worry about. Clipper for the old printer like a Mendel. Here's the thing with old printers and Clipper. Yes, you're going to get all kinds of new things like input shaper, a web interface. It's really nice. However, it really depends on the type of old machine and its capabilities. You're probably going to outrun the hot end really easily. You're probably going to get, you know, the better the machine, the more Clipper will get you. Okay, it's like slapping a turbo and a, you know, a high flow exhaust on a car. Some cars, it works really good, but doing that to like an old, you know, really clapped out old, you know, Pinto, your mileage may vary, right? So it depends on what you're doing with the machine, with the printer, and what its kind of normal capabilities are. So. Like, here's the thing. If you already have a Raspberry Pi on it, if you already have a Raspberry Pi on the machine, you might as well put Clipper on it. That's kind of my thing. But if the machine's just sitting there by itself and you're going to go buy a Raspberry Pi to put on it, it's kind of a at that point, I think. So I gotta find my other, oh, actually, now that I have this, now that I have extra Revo heaters, haha, I can make another Revo because this one has a broken thermistor. So yeah, I got another Revo now. All the Revos. Okay, so you are the heater wire, so you go in there, and you are the thermistor wire. So you go there. Easy peasy. Now I gotta put the stupid cover back on that I can never get on right, because this is gonna stay on. This is forever gonna be 60 watts now. And that one will get 60 watts too at some point. Okay, so that's installed, that's nice and tight, that's good. Turn it around. Here comes the part where we hope we don't get sparks. Okay. Do you think that Octoprint is going to be obsolete with Clipper? No! Octoprint has its use case. One, it works with everything. Two, the add-ons. Clipper will never have the wealth and the capability of add-ons that Octoprint offers. Because Octoprint, like, you can run Clipper through Octoprint. Like, Clipper, originally, you needed Octoprint. The first interface for Clipper before mainsail and fluid was Octoprint. There's nothing wrong with running Clipper with Octoprint. The advantage fluid and mainsail have is they're a lot less intensive resource-wise, because they're basically designed just to be an interface for Clipper and mainsail. Or for Clipper. So yeah, you can run them on, you know, lighter hardware like a Pi Zero, okay? But you lose basically all the add-ons that Octoprint has. Very few of them work or have analog equivalent with fluid or mainsail. So yeah, there's Spaghetti Detective. There's like time-lapse ones, but it's not as fully featured with that. Now, if you're like somebody like me who never bothered with the add-ons anyways, it's not a big deal. So it's not a huge thing. But, you know, some people, there are certain Octoprint add-ons that people use often. So, yeah. Okay, so now we got to PID tune this. So let's move up. What's the command again with Clipper? There we go. I don't know why the webcam ain't working. I gotta figure out why the webcam ain't. Let's do 250 because this is an ABS machine normally. There we go. Now we do the thing. Look at it go. So again, this is a 60 watt heater with a 1.4 nozzle. So for today, I think we're gonna try this stuff because Sparta 3D kind of included it with the rail, because I just bought a rail from them and they're like, hey, we're gonna include a goodie in the box. So I've got Sparkle Cherry Red ASA. I think that's what we're gonna try with the high flow stuff. Because if we'll see how this goes, and then I do have MG94 based ABS somewhere. I've got a few spools of it. So MG94 is like the primo stuff, but we'll see what we get out of this because it's Sparkle Cherry Red. So that's PID tuning. Plus my MG94 stuff actually doesn't fit on this spool. Did you get your response from Creality? No. Although they did send me an email. Creality did send me an email. Where is Creality? Where is Creality? There we go. Okay, cool. I have no problem sharing this info. Cool. Hey, Taylor, we apologize again for not being able to send the K1 after Labor Day. This is Chinese Labor Day, which is like a week or two ago. You made us notice the K1 encountered some small issues with the initial batch. Which prompted me to postpone the shipments temporarily. Please be assured that we are actively working to resolve these problems and avoid them appearing in mass production. Surely arrange one for you in great condition. I don't want you to cherry. Oop, wrong one. Desktop. There we go. I will surely arrange one for you when it's ready and in great condition. I don't want a cherry-picked one. That voids the whole purpose of the review and the critiquing if you send me a cherry-picked one. But okay, your opinion matters greatly to us and provide you the best possible experience with the K1. I don't want the best possible experience. I want the experience that you, the average person at home who gave these people money, is getting. I don't want a cherry-picked unit. That defeats the whole point. And before everyone goes, oh, why don't you buy one? People think YouTubers make more than they realize. It is actually, if I had to buy every printer that I reviewed, I would not be reviewing printers. Especially these expensive ones. But also, for those that already received their Creality machines, what kind of machine did you get? Okay, so let's load up. So we do have a, okay, so just go. Okay, so we're not gonna do a big fat boat. We're not gonna do a big fat boat. We're gonna start with something a little reasonable just to kind of see where we're at. 3 models. We're going to start with a Nero Cube at 200%. Okay, so this is that. We are on generic ASA. Okay, let's see what we got here. So 260, 105 on the bed. Actually, now that, oh, yeah, let's bump you up to 40. And while that's doing that, let me heat you up. Okay. Okay, so we're heating the bed up. Recommended nozzle temperature, that. Advanced, we got the filament start stop, I think. Cooling, we do have a bit of cooling, 3 layers, 25%, okay. Where is min layer time? Where is min layer time? I can't remember where min layer time is at. C-hop. Where is min layer time? Fan speed. That's part cooling fan. Okay. So we'll save that. Okay. I think I got this set up. Yeah, this is set up. This is good. Yeah, we're good there. Okay, so layer height. So this is a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. So let's do a 1 mil layer. Oh, I gotta min layer height. Where's the layer height? Basic information. Where is height? Maybe some filament. No, it would be up here. It'd be up here. Yeah. Yeah, extruder. There we go. Okay. Nozzle diameter 1.4 millimeter. Max 1.01, just so I can set 1 mil layer heights. Length of retraction, we'll go with 0.8. We'll do a 1 mil retraction for now. Z hop, retracted 0.4. Z hop type normal. Traction speed 45. Light distance 2 millimeter. Okay, cool. Save. Oop. Did I do that? No. Save. 1.4. That is fat. 1.4 layer height. Okay. So now layer height 1.0 millimeters. 1.0 millimeters. Line width 1.4. I'm just gonna go around 1.4 right across the board. %, infill. What do we got? We'll do 2 walls. 3 bottom, 4 top. Top shelf thickness is 1 millimeter. Actually 0.8, we'll do that. We'll do, because it's a ratio thing. Okay, let's see what we're at. 47 minutes. So we have some min layer time that I got to deal with somewhere. So where is part cooling fan layer time? So that I don't. That's enabling the fan, but where is minimum layer time at? I don't want to slow the print down. I want to go YOLO super fast when you search. Min print speed. Where is minimum layer time? Speed. Yeah, because this is going at like 30 freaking 4 millimeters cubed. Print settings. Filament printer settings. filament type. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's in here, I think. There's filament settings. Slow print down for better cooling. There we go. Oh, I gotta save it. Save. Okay, there we go. Slice plate. Why are we still going slow? Flow. Yo. Why are we still going slow? Max flow rate. I did set that to 40. Volumetric flow is 40. Here's our speeds and feeds. There's our speed. We should be going pretty fast. Slow down. Yeah. No. Small movements. No, because it's showing, like, here, look, this is layer time. So it's got different layer times. It's just speed. Yeah, so you can see we're only doing like 34 millimeters cubed a second, or 34 millimeters a second, but flow rate is, well, we're at 30. No, max speed. We're not hitting any of the max speed settings. Like, this is a V2 profile. ASA, soluble material, blah, 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 blah. Max volumetric is 40. Cooling, setting overrides. I already have that. Always keep fan on, force. I know bigger nozzle equals smaller speed, but we should be getting why are you not charging? I don't know what's going on with this freaking thing not charging things. One second here. Okay. Travels are 350. Enable. Okay. Well, there shouldn't be any. We don't have any layer time. Yeah, so it's showing like a 50-second layer time. Why? It shouldn't be a 50-second layer time. For some reason, we're force cooling for overhangs. I don't know why it's slice plate. Why it's giving me these absurdly long layer times. Cooling. There is no min layer time setting. Part cooling layer time, yeah. So 5 and 3 seconds. And then none of this slow down. It's just for some reason. Flow rate. Flow rate's at 40. Flow ratio. Flow rate, max flow rate right here is 40 millimeters cubed. Excels, 5K excels. This should not be doing this. This is a V2 profile. It's a standard V2 profile. It should not be printing at 30 millimeters a second. It shouldn't be. No, we're not maxing out flow. Like, we're at 30. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. Maybe we are maxing out flow. Whatever. We'll just see what we get here. We'll just see what we get. Export G code. We'll see what we get here. Get a print going. How hot's that bed? Hot. Good. Upload and print. Narrow cube. Okay, let's see what we get here. Yeah, if that 30 millimeters cubed a second, then. We are printing at 1 mil layer heights, let's be honest. Yeah, let me bump, yeah, somebody's saying bump up flow rate and see if that changes. I'm just, whew. Okay, let's see, 100. So if we bumped it up to 100. Slice plate. Oh yeah, that's actually flow rate limited. 47 minutes is flow rate limited. Because at 100 millimeters, it's a 33-minute benchy, or cube. So yeah, we are flow rate limited. We are flow rate limited at 1 mil layer height. This is why when people do speed prints, they print at like 0.1 layer height, because that way they can, like, the hot end can actually keep up. But then you're printing at really ridiculously low layer heights, and you get weak prints. So that do be how it is. So yeah, we are flow rate. I could reduce layer height, but then we're not printing with the thick, chunky layers. Because if you're going to use a fat nozzle, you want chunky layers, right? You want the layer cam? Oh yeah, I'll get the camera set up here. Then also, while this is all getting set up and everything, don't forget to enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. And also while you're down there, if you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, consider becoming a channel member or checking out any of the affiliate links down there, like the E3D one if you want to buy a high flow nozzle. There you go. It's a 60 watt. So the stock heater is 40 watt on a Revo. This is a 60. Declan Bridges, $20. Cheers. Thanks for your excellent content. Just finished building my first Voron of V02 and currently tuning it. Not sure if I need to drop it. Don't drop it. But cheers. Congrats on the build. Okay, so we're heating to 260 now. I did PID to a new heater, Steven. I did it at the beginning of the stream. Oh, she's chunking. Oh, she's chunking. Okay, let's speed is 80. Let's try 80%. Oh, that's let me keep that up a bit. 280. She's trying. She's trying. 70% speed. Oh. Ah. Geez, it would help if that wasn't tangled up. Got wrapped around the stupid arm. That's thick. LEDs, yeah, let me get a light. We might be over extruding it. By the way, I haven't calibrated flow at all. Okay, so. Okay, let's not pull a slice and actually print this at a reasonable temperature and not fudge the numbers. .26 millimeters cubed a second. We're at 270. Flow rate's 30 millimeters cubed a second. And we are over extruding by a little bit. That looks a little rough. I don't know about you, but if I took a printer that was set up and tuned to run at a 0.4 nozzle and then added a 1 in front of the 0.4 and just eyeballed the settings and sent it, I wouldn't expect it to be like a Picasso. I would expect it to be like, you know, something that Gorilla paints. Okay? Like, I think we need to drop our, like, as you can see, nothing's quite tuned. The settings are kind of, you know, about there. We're just seeing how fast it can flow, honestly. Yeah, we might as well be melting crayons at this point. Like, this is just to see how much filament we could push out of this thing. Like, if you want funny, like... This is this is printing at 30 millimeters a second. And look how fast that spool's turning at 30 millimeters a second print speed. This isn't like some speed benchy ripping around at like YOLO speeds and it's spinning that fast. This is 30 millimeters a second. No closure. It's what is that? 1, 2, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 80% enclosed. But yeah, it's over extruding big time on these solid layers. Which I don't think I needed to do 3 layers. Those rapids look hilarious. Yeah, those, I don't need to worry about it warping. It's too heavy to warp. Those are thick. I will say this shitty camera, now that I got it working again, works great for this, eh? We're maxing out the flow rate right now. Actually, no, we could probably go faster. Let me bump it up to 90% speed now. So that went from 29 millimeters cubed a second to 33.5 millimeters cubed a second. Oh, there we go. I heard it chunk. Watching the filament going. I don't know if you could see this, but like, watching the filament get sucked in. Okay, so let's try 85% speed because it's you can hear it chunking a bit. Let's bump it up to 275 temperature. What is a chunk? It's a slipping. It's the filament's not melting fast enough, so you can hear it go. Kunk. Can't get stuck if it's a liquid. Apparently the little guy tried to climb the fence at school and got in trouble. That's what that phone call was at the start of the stream. What is the heater percent output? Yes. All right. There's the, it's actually looking pretty good. It's like licorice. What is the advertised flow rate? It depends. Here's the thing with flow rate. Flow rate is bullshit, okay? Because there's no unified standard on how to measure flow rate. Now, E3D does their own thing, and they have, if you go on their blog, on their website, like they have a flow rate chart here. So according to them, Revo High Flow with ASA, which is green, you should be able to get with a 1.5 nozzle over 50 millimeters cubed a second. But I don't know what type of ASA that is, and I don't know what temperature that's at. Here's like the document right here. So according to them, ASA, high flow brass. So 1.4 ASA at 260, they got 52, but I don't know what kind of ASA that is because different resins melt at different rates. For example, where is it? Are you PLA? You're PLA. Are you PLA? Yeah, you're PLA. MG94 ABS flows a hell of a lot better than some other ABSs. It really depends. Ooh, we are getting some warp. It really depends. So advertised flow rate, think of it just more as a hypothetical max for comparison. I use it more to compare. More like, okay, this I should get double the performance of, not I should get these exact numbers. That's kind of how I eyeball it. And also, you should never be running at max flow rate. That is too slim of a margin, in my opinion. Find the maximum capability of your setup, drop it back 10-20%, because you'd rather have it a stable setup than one running at the limit. So right now we are flowing at 32 millimeters cubed. We've hit up to 78 apparently. So let's try 100% speed. Let's see what we can get up to. Oh yeah, that's under extruding, yeah. So I'm getting at 80 millimeters a second, or 80 millimeters cubed. Now, also, that is Clipper's estimated flow rate. This isn't a scientific number. This number here isn't like the proper weigh it and measure it and actually do the math to see what your flow rate is. This is just kind of the eyeballed number. So this isn't like an exact number. So, yeah, it's coming off the bed. Hopefully it doesn't detach. We're printing open air here. We're doing open air ABS, so. 1 second, I'll be back in a minute. I'm hoping it doesn't pop off. Let me re-slice this here with a little less fan. Actually, I'm gonna restart the print here. So let me change this here. So I'm gonna restart that. 270 cooling. Drop you down, and I'm gonna slice this with a brim. Others. Brim, outer only. Strength, 2 walls, 2 bottom, 3 top. And we're gonna do gyroid infill. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, pause. Because that's going to pop off the bed. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go, gadget, super glue. Stop print, upload a print. You're cubed ASA. There we go. This is solid. So yeah, it's got to cool down, unfortunately. So I did change the settings a bit. It shouldn't be as over extruded, and I'm running gyroid because gyroid looks cooler. I don't think the bearing's gonna fit. Our first layer is a little knee. Layer height should be half the nozzle. You could. If I changed layer height to, what is it, 0.7 mil? I would still get the same print time, but I want the thick layers. I want thick with 2 C's. So that's why we're doing like look at that. Look how thick those are. What size of nozzle? 1.4 millimeter. I figure if you could do 75, you could do 75% of a nozzle diameter in layer height. We're okay and not have many issues. So. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but normally, like, I have this, like... Yeah, I don't know. Why aren't you charging? So I've got this octopus here that I plug into this stupid thing, and then I plug this into my stuff, and it charges. But for some reason, it's not charging anymore. And I don't know why. Whenever I slice, yeah, I know. It started doing that when I switched from using a, I used to use a, where is, am I on a double-sided tape? Oh shit, I'm on double-sided tape. I used to use cam links for the videos, and now I have a PCI Express cam link, like a cam link Pro. So I got the 4 HDMI. Ever since I put the cam link Pro in here, every time I slice something, it like, the video goes bleh for a second. Something to do with CPU timings is the best I can figure out. It just kind of, because it's a sudden hard hit to the CPU, which this has a 3700X in it. It's an 8 core. It just decides to go bleh for a second every time I slice something. Unrated Orca Slicer. I tried to get it working. I couldn't get it working. I'm going to play with it again later. Maybe tomorrow on stream we'll play with it. But for now, it doesn't seem to want to work. This is a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it does that stupid little space. Whatever. Oh no. Well, that didn't work too well. It's a first layer. Yeah, the 1.4 nozzle is silly. And it's not sticking at all. It's stuck better without the super glue. 1 second here. 1 second here. Hot. Hey, I'll try a different bed. Do I have texture? Yeah, this is textured. I tried putting some glue stick on it. It didn't seem to want to work too good, so swatching to a plate that is fresh. The joys of tap. You can just, you know, swap the bed out. It don't care. Move down Z offset. Do they have high flow 0.4 to 1.4? But if you're going high flow, don't get the 0.4, get the 0.6, because it's the bigger the nozzle, the more flow you get. 0.6 is the sweet spot in terms of like not being a stupid fat nozzle that's, you know, gives you layer lines that look like udon noodles versus, you know, actual usable print, and it's still high flow. Did they release the bed goo? They did not. They're still working on it. Vase mode. Yeah, I did a vase mode with, I might have thrown it out finally. Did I finally throw that print out? I think I finally threw that print out. I had a vase mode print with really thick layer lines, and I don't know where it went. I might have finally thrown it out. With tap, yeah, tap, your nozzle is your Z offset now. So the advantage is I could just throw a piece of glass on here and print on glass if I wanted to. But now we have an LDO switch wire bed on here instead. I'm hoping it sticks a bit better. Still have to adjust with tap? Nope. With tap, you just need to set your actual Z offset, because there is a Z offset, but it will remain unchanged. So you shouldn't have to fiddle with it ever. So you pretty much set it and forget it. Because there is a slight amount of travel it takes to actually activate the sensor. And it's not quite picking up perfectly right now. Why aren't you working? Am I actually hitting the bed on all corners? No, I'm hitting the bed on all corners. We should be okay. Why are you dancing around the point? It is like 0.001 off, and it won't dial in that last little bit. 1 second here. Yeah. There we go. It kept dancing. Like, I was aiming for 0.0075 millimeter, and it was like 0.0008 or 0.008, 0.008. Hey, you, come here.
Dad, are you with the dog?
That is working. Hi, Coda.
Hi, Coda.
What are you doing home?
They're in there.
What happened at school today?
Ellen.
What happened at school today?
Well, what is that?
You were running?
What is that?
That's not for you. What were you doing at school today?
Or Daddy?
Yeah, that's for Daddy. What were you doing at school today?
Walking.
Walking. What else were you doing? Why are you home right now?
Why?
Yeah, how come you're not at school anymore?
Didn't know.
Did you get in trouble?
Yeah.
What did you get in trouble for?
Oh?
Yeah, that's you. What did you get in trouble for? Hey? Hey, look at...
Yeah.
What did you get in trouble for?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what you got in trouble for. Go see Mama.
No,
No, that is working. Go see Mama.
No.
You troublemaker.
No. No, no.
Do you know of anyone trying tap triggered with either? No? So use your multipliers in an account for first layer offsets. Not really. No, it's not sticking to this either. Okay, maybe I gotta squish it a bit more. I did drop the... Yeah. Yeah, why aren't you sticking? Let's try a different one of these. Like, I could try glass. You know I have a good... Oh, right here. This one works. I know this bed works. There we go. That's the P1P bed. Reprint. You miss anything important? Nope. We're just trying to get this first layer to stick. We had it stick the first, we had the first print work, and now it's not sticking to the bed anymore. More squish. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna up the squish factor. More squish. Between glass and PI, sorry, just different bed surfaces. Different materials stick differently at different environments and whatnot. Temperatures, flow rates, etc. So sometimes some plastics like to be printed on glass. Glass was more common. People have kind of moved to PI. PI is kind of like the go-to now. What did the little guy do? He climbed the fence at school. And he climbed the fence that leads out of the school. So like, well... Did I crack that part? I might have cracked that part. Oh well. The plunger tube would break? Where did I put the Nerf stuff? It's up there. I looked through it. Nothing looked broken. Yeah, he wanted to get out of school, so he climbed the fence, so he got out of school. It's like grounding. It's like, I don't know. Don't print PETG. I printed tons of PETG on PEI just fine. Just make sure it's textured PEI. Don't use it on flat like smooth PEI. It will not come off. Ooh, what's this? You can earn money on printables now. Ooh. Second most visited website. Thingiverse, printables, cults, by mini factory, thangs. What shape? Growth rate's pretty good. So you can monthly donate. So it's basically like Patreon. Wait, why is it not you? So basically they're doing like a Patreon system. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Be nice for those that do that kind of thing. I mean, I don't design anything, so. Okay, so do I have more squish? I do have more squish. More squish. Nope, wrong one. More squish. More squish. More squish. There we go. It's a 1.4 millimeter nozzle. Oh yeah, now we got a little squish. Oh well, I'd rather it squish a bit. We're making the spaghetti. And we're over extruding a bit, but it is what it is. Let's... I just don't want that first layer coming up because we are open air printing ASA. Big nozzle issue. Across the bar in big open letters. All these settings are completely eyeballed. We're just basically seeing how much plastic this thing can shove out. We're not actually judging print quality because nothing here is tuned. This is like, you know, completely eyeballed and YOLO'd settings. So don't judge print quality because that's not what we're doing here. This looks like poop, but you know, this is what happens when you take a profile meant for 0.4 and slap a 1.4 nozzle in it and just kind of eyeball the settings. I mean, to be honest, it still looks better than most Ender prints fresh out of the box. You're just getting more plastic per plastic. That's all it's doing. You're just getting, you know, more plastic per plastic right now. Stefan's fluoride. I am not, because people who do that kind of thing have already done videos on it. Vector 3D did a video on it, and he's already done all those tests. So go watch his video. That way I don't have to do it. So if you want independent testing of the extrusion rates, go watch people who have already done the video, because I hate doing that kind of thing. So other people do it. Yeah, tap will jump over the blobs. It's ironing. Exactly. We're testing how the nozzle handles build up right now. So I purposely sliced it like this to over extrude so we could see how the nozzle handles buildup of material on it. The slicer, this is Orca slicer. A chamber thermistor, one thermistor ports on the controller. Chris, if you're running Clipper, you can add another controller to the printer. There's a custom Voron one. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it basically adds like some fan controllers and thermistors. But yeah, basically you just need to add something else you can plug thermistors in if you're running Clipper. If you're not running Clipper, good luck. Yes, this is a 60 watt heater core in a 1.4 millimeter nozzle, printing ASA at 0.1 layer heights. And yes, it's going slow, but we're capped at flow. And it actually looks much better once you get past the over extruded infill, which, let's be honest, tuning in infill is kind of like a solid infill, tuning in top layers and first layers. It's always something that's a little finicky. The bigger the nozzle, the more finicky it is. So considering we're eyeballing it, it is what it is, but it's looking much better now. So, catch-up printing. Exactly. Exactly. I like Orca better than Super Slicer. I'm still playing around with Orca. I've been using Super Slicer for a while, and it's still my go-to for most of my machines because I already have pre-made profiles for it that I know work good. Use the slicer you like, not the one some other person is using because they told you to use it. Find the slicer that works for you, use it. There we go. Hey, quick question. How long is the timeout, and how does the timeout button work? So yeah, the nozzles work. So what you can do, if it depends what you're looking to do. Okay, this is meant to be a drop-in system with Revo. So if you've already got your Revo and you're happily printing away with a 0.6 nozzle and you just want a little bit more flow, you could take out your normal nozzle. Okay, take it out. Once you unscrew it all, take it out. Grab a high flow nozzle and shove it in there, and you will get more flow. But with some plastics, PLA and ABS, I think, the 40-watt heater for most of it up to a certain point is fine. Depends how much you're pushing. Other plastics like nylons, they need a little bit more heat to get that flow rate, because you got to be able to melt it. So yeah, the geometry of the nozzle will give you more flow, but you still need the thermals. And some plastics like ABS, which melt pretty good, the 40-watt heater, depending on your nozzle size you're pairing it with, might be fine, depending on your flow rate. You know, depends on how your machine handles it. But if you need a little bit more oomph, you can also upgrade from a 40-watt heater to a 60-watt heater. So it depends. If you've already got a whole fleet of machines kitted out, if you're running a print farm all kitted out with Revos, and you're printing, you know, with 0.6 nozzles, just buy 0.6 high flows and swap them all in, you're good to go. If you're printing like PLA and ABS. But if you're printing nylons or other plastics that need a little bit more heat to consistently melt evenly, or you're trying to get even more, then yeah, also upgrade the heater. It depends on the use case. More thermal mass. I don't believe so. Let me, 1 second here. 1 second here. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm not muted, so you can all hear me. I am staying down here, but Daddy's working. Where are you? Where are you in? Yeah, Dada's working. Aha, there you are. There you are. Okay. Okay. So that is my 60-watt heater. My second 60-watt heater. Okay. So blue is 0.6, right? Yeah, okay. And this is 0.6. Okay. So the only way to really tell them apart, for those wondering, the only way to really tell apart the two nozzle sizes, or standard flow and high flow, is the little ring. So see how you got that little ring there? That's the insert. So this is a high flow nozzle, this is a standard flow, and there's like an engraving on the side. But if you're wondering about thermal mass, turn my powder scale on. A standard Revo 0.6 nozzle weighs 7.015 grams. A high flow Revo weighs 6.85 grams. Because there's more holes in it, so there's less material. So a high flow Revo is actually lighter than a standard flow, granted by 0.1 grams roughly. But there's the math. Powder scales are really handy for measuring small things. I don't think there's a weight difference in the heater cartridges. Any weight difference is within margin of error. Saving weight means faster printing. I strip all the insulation off my wires to save weight. Remove the sock. I drilled out my extrusions to save weight. If you were fully switching, so here's the thing: if you if you already got a 0.4 and you upgrade to a 0.4 like high flow, you probably don't have to retune everything. But if you're going from like a 0.4 standard flow to like a 0.6 high flow, you may want to retune some things. It really depends. Like, ooh, that's a... This is also a very well seasoned bed plate, actually. I just stole this off the P1P. What time are we at anyways? Yeah, 12:30. So we're gonna have to, well, we're gonna have to end this stream unfortunately before this print finishes. Just because I gotta, the wifey's going to work and the little guy's home, so I gotta watch him. So we'll probably do the draw at 1 o'clock today. So. Down with the thickness. Ooh, we got 450 people here. Everyone like the smash button. Speaking of, we're almost at a number. Let me see here. Where is the thing? Where is the thing? Where is the thing? We're like 50. I checked it this morning. We're like under 50 subscribers away from 50,000. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, do the thing. Come on, help. We got to beat T-Series. And then also, in terms of the garage, I could see the floor now. This is what happens when your garage is also storage. It's just tons of stuff. So I had to fix some outlets so that I can move. The fridge used to be here. So if you're wondering what the garage is going to look like, I got to insulate all of this, redo all the electrical out here because this wiring job is not great. And I'm going to redo it, redo all the outlets at a certain height. This bench has got to go because this wood is horrible. I got to insulate all this. This panel right here is great that the panel for the house is in the garage because I can put a 220 watt here and also run a 20 amp circuit easily in the garage for more outlets and for more big bada boom. And then pretty much the wall will come out here. I'm going to put a temporary wall in using a shelving to basically divide the garage in half. So this will be the garage studio size roughly. You're looking at what the size of the workspace will be. So there'll be benches all along here. Where this toolbox is at will be a big table for CNC stuff because it'll be next to the power. And there'll be a shelf coming off here with printers. And then this will be the workbench, and then I'll have a mobile workbench that I will do the building on. And then I got to figure out camera and all that stuff. That's the garage. So. You can almost see the floor. I know, because I moved a bunch of stuff today. And I had to fix some wiring today so I can move the fridge finally. So, yeah, that the stream chair. That's the wifey's maternity chair or whatever they're called. And then I've got a grinder I got to fix. Apparently it works. It just needs new, like the electrical's redone. There's a CNC that's been there. Also, I have this. If anyone knows anything about like 16 mil, I got like a Bell and Howell projector. I got this. Ooh. 8 mil projector. Okay, so this is what it is. Cool. It's an 8 mil projector. That's neat. I have one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I have one. It's 8 mil, I think. I don't know. That's just been up on that shelf for years. It was there when we bought the house, so. Prusa XL fun. I'm not looking forward to that bill because next week the car's coming in, and then that requires the down payment I'm putting on it, or not the down payment, but like I'm putting cash down first so that the monthly payments are lower and less interest. Yeah. Plus, I might buy a camera next week too. Look how thick those layer lines are. Let's see how much can we zoom in. Focus. Well then go. I know, go. I don't know where Mama's at. Look at those layer lines. Printing money to build 4 cars. No, it's just I've been driving the same car for over a decade. Romex Fun, tankard, and $10 cheers. I've been driving the same car for over a decade. It's time. And the problem is, here's the problem. I can either buy a new car for like X money, or I could buy a 5-year-old car for X money minus like 5%. It is not worth buying a used car right now. The prices are so stupid. On the bright side, you get more money for an older car, but mine's over a decade old. Which, if anyone wants to buy a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old Ford Focus, let me know. Driving the same car. The problem is they salt the hell out of the roads where I live. So, the roads or the cars kind of, it's more rust than machine. And it's got well, it doesn't have a new transmission. It's got a new transmission control module. So, plus considering I drive to events now, like I don't want, you know, my Focus dying driving through the Appalachians in September to go to Earth. You build it yourself? No. It's a Focus. It's not worth it. Ah. You know, wife's car is paid off, so this would be the only car payment. As long as you only have one car payment in a house, you're fine. Oh yeah, the overhangs are definitely rough. Like, my brother in Christ, it's 1 mil layer height, and it's ASA open air without cooling. We're only going to get so much. You need to temper your expectations. A car in the 500 to 750 price range. That doesn't exist where I live. Like, you don't get cars in that price range. I looked. My car, a 2012 Focus with 3 times the kilometers that I have on it, is currently for sale at a used car lot for $6,000 Canadian. For a 2012 Ford Focus with 350,000 kilometers is currently going for $5,000. And it's not even loaded. It's like a base model one. That's the state of the used car market up here right now. The only reason I'm going the Subaru is because I got it within 2 months of ordering, and I paid MSRP. That's pretty much it, and it's a Crosstrek, so it's a pretty small Subi. So. Yeah, Korea Bear. Yeah, I'm in Southern Ontario here. Used car. Yeah, it's stupid. So here's the thing. You either buy new, and like there's no point. Anything under 5 years old, you might as well buy new. And anything over 5 years old is probably overpriced. Like you don't save, like it used to be, like I had a co-workers that they would do this all the time. You would buy the trade-ins. So you would buy a car that's 2 years old that just came in off a lease, and you would save like a decent chunk of change, and the car would still be in great condition because it just came off a 2-year lease. Find one that some grandma leased for 2 years, and it's great. The problem is those don't exist anymore. But basically the plan is get the Crosstrek. It's just the base one, doesn't even have the turbo, less stuff to break, and just drive it for over a decade. That's usually what I do. Before I had the 2012 Focus, I had a 2001 Sport Track, so I figure 10 plus years out of a car ain't bad. Lifted it with an Ironman kit. So here's the thing, like you go on the Crosstrek subreddit and people lift theirs. I live in flat, boring farm country. There ain't no hills where I live. People are like, oh yeah, you need the 2.5. You need the one with the bigger engine because more horsepower, turbo, yeah. It's flat where I live. There ain't no hills. The biggest hill in my entire county is the on-ramp to the highway. And that's just because there's an overpass. Will hobby 3D printers need these new high flow and size nozzles, or are these for a different market? These are for hobby. This drops into the Revo. This is for the hobby ecosystem. It really depends on your machine size. Here's the thing. If you got a Voron V0, or even this at 250 millimeters cubed, a 1.5 nozzle is stupid. 0.6, 0.8 even, that's kind of makes a lot more sense. 1.4 is for those with the big honkin' deltas. Or the big honkin', you know, big machines. Those make more sense because you're printing stuff where layer lines are less of an issue. Oh yeah, Crosstrek, yeah, better traction control. It's got all-wheel drive. It has all the modern set. So this is what's the problem. Last year, for those that remember, my Focus, because Ford makes excellent transmissions, blew the transmission control module. And because they make excellent transmissions, there was a 10-year warranty on it. And at 9 years and 10 months of ownership, it blew. So they fixed it under the recall. During that time, I had a rental vehicle free of charge because it was under warranty. So for like 4 months, because chip shortage, it took that long to get the replacement, I drove a fully loaded Ford Edge. Now, granted, not a huge, I like the car. I don't like big cars, and I found the Edge a little fat, especially in parking lots. But it was a great car, and the problem was it was fully loaded. So it had lane keeping, it had the adaptive cruise control, it had all the fun CarPlay, Android CarPlay. Oh, that's great. Android Auto is awesome. Never played with that before, and then I spent 4 months driving a fully tricked out modern car. And then I go back to the Focus, which has, I could put Bluetooth on. What flow? We're capped at about 30, but that might be the ASA, which if you're wondering, oh my God, it's printing so slow. This is printing at 30 millimeters a second. Oh, we're doing an overhang now. Ooh, how does it handle the bridge? Yeah, it's going slow right now because it's doing a bridge. Yeah, it's doing really slow right now because it's doing overhangs. What ASA? It's Sparkle Cherry Red from Sparta 3D, actually. Which he sent me the spool as like a sample, I guess. I didn't ask for it, but I bought a replacement rail for the V0 that was elevationally deducted in a rapid manner. Yeah. Of my Outback. So I went with the Crosstrek just for budget reasons, and my wife has an Escape. So I didn't see the point. I was either going to buy something bigger or smaller than the Escape. And unfortunately, the car I originally wanted, the Maverick, didn't really make sense. As much as I wanted the Maverick, their lead time to get is stupid right now. The lead time to get one is stupid right now. It's like 8 months, 8 to 12 months I was told, and it was a maybe. And then there's no deals on anything, obviously. There's no deals anywhere. And then once I factored in, you know, all-wheel drive and like the features I wanted, it was like $8,000 more than a Crosstrek. For a car that basically front seat is the same as the Escape, rear seat is less than the Escape, but I got a truck bed that I can only use small truck bed stuff with. So I went with the Crosstrek. Which one did I go with? I went with a Touring in Sunblaze Pearl for 32. No options, because in Canada they don't. This is it. This is the price. Boom. MSRP. Oop, wrong body. So yeah. So this is what I got. Once you factor in all the stupid freight, which I did talk down a little bit. New car. Yeah, it's a truck. Here's the thing. Names don't matter. Names don't matter with cars. They name them whatever the heck. What they should have did. They should never have came out with the Ranger. The mid-size Ranger is the current Ranger is stupid. You're paying 7/8 of the price for 3/4 of the vehicle of an F-150. The Ranger should not. The Maverick should have been the Ranger, because the Ranger was a small pickup truck. The new Ranger is too freaking big. So the Maverick should have been the Ranger, and the Mustang E, whatever, Mach E, should have been called the Maverick. That's what Ford should have did. Although I will say, if Subaru comes back with the Baja, I might be interested in that. We have a Ranger Raptor now. I honestly don't get the point of those stupidly overloaded trucks. Like, here's the thing. I worked with a bunch of people that had trucks. Okay, I worked in a tool shop. 90% of the parking lot with full-size trucks. Biggest waste of mass I've ever seen, because the majority of those people, they never use their trucks for anything truck related. They just, I make money, I spend, you know, 80 grand on a truck. It's like, okay, you drive 45 minutes to work by yourself every day. You drive an hour and a half every day down a highway by yourself. Good thing you have a truck. Well, you know, my kids play hockey. Okay. And when I was in the Army, I fit, you know, a rucksack and 2 duffel bags in my car, no problem. I'm sure you can fit a hockey bag in the back of your car. Like, we live in the flattest part of Ontario. You don't need off-road capabilities. Security issue. Yeah, I as you know, I worked in a tool shop where it was full of bitter divorced people that had to work 60 to 70 hours a week just to break even, because they were so heavily in debt from, like, you know, divorces and everything going on, and, you know, bad money management. Like when we got slow during the first, you know, the first part of COVID there, and we were forced to work 40-hour work weeks, and people were tripping because they couldn't afford that. It's like, great. Oh, the amount of kids I worked with that were like, because it was a tool shop, right? So all the overtime, you get as much overtime as you want. So we had a lot of kids that were like fresh out of high school that were making, you know, decent money. Like, yeah, they were making like, you know, 16, 17 an hour, but, you know, they were working 60, 70 hours a week. So they're getting overtime and whatnot. And they lived at home. So all they had was like a phone bill. So you have these kids at like 17, 18 years old dropping like $900 a month on car payments because they bought like a Dodge Ram Rebel. And I'm like, why? Well, I could afford it. It's like, you're paying that thing, you financed that thing for $900 a month for 8 years, buddy. You are wasting so much money. Refused to, yeah, that's one of the reasons they didn't like me at the shop, is I refused to work more than 40 hours a week. Like, you know, every now and then I would work a late shift if needed, but, you know, I'd show up and I'd work 40 hours and I go home because, you know, YOLO. It's my life, not the company's. Company don't care about you. Remember, your employer doesn't care about you. I mean, I employ myself. I don't care about myself. Dodge would be rusted out. Exactly. Who buys a car over? That is very common up here. So, so the cool thing with Subaru is Toyota. They use Toyota financing in Canada. So the longest you can finance one for is like 5 years. It's 60 months. That's the longest you can finance one for. Which I better hope the interest rates. If the interest rates drop next month and I'm stuck with the current interest rates, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah. But you go to like. So this is Canada. Let's have some fun here. So I'm gonna buy an F-150. Okay. I'll put in my postal code here. Not that it matters. Okay. Let's build my F-150. Well, I'm not gonna get the XL. I'm gonna get the XLT. Okay. Not the top line. We're gonna get an XLT. I'm gonna get it in red. Oh, dude, I need the V8. I can't be seen, you know, driving no turbo. I need a V8. Well, Ford's website crashes while I add a V8 to their car. Literally, Ford's website's crashing. They know I'm trying to shit talk them. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got the V8. We've added. Oh, you need four-wheel drive. You need four-wheel drive. Yeah, four-wheel drive. Yeah. Where is powertrain? Drive 4x4. Transmission, axle ratio, cool. Equipment groups, mid. This is only a 2-door still. How do you add 4-door? Where's 4-door? Can't. Where's the 4-door? Model. Oh, here we go. Okay. So we need the Super Crew. There we go. XLT Super Crew. There we go. So, red. I'm gonna add. I need my V8. I need my V8. 4x4 for off-roading. I need my standard. I can't afford standard. I need my mid package. And now we're just gonna leave everything else. Base 4x4. So if you want to finance this thing, 84 months, so 7 years, at $900 a month, at 5.49% for 7 years. Include sales tax. So you're paying $72,000 for that truck. And all that is just a 4-door, 4-wheel drive F-150 with a V8 in the mid package. That's it. Like that's just a 4-door, 4-wheel drive V8 F-150. We're not even looking at what's the Raptor. I don't have the or where's the Raptor? Where's the Raptor? And Ford's website sucks. Now, granted, this is Canadian price too. The Raptor starts at 105,000 Canadian. The Tremor starts at 72. The Tremor, for those who can't afford the Raptor. It's the balance on. Same here. Let's see how bad Dodge used to be really bad for it in Canada here. Vehicles. Ram. Yeah. There you go. A Dodge Ram Sport starts at 60 grand. Rebel. The amount of kids I knew, like that worked at the tool shop that bought one of these, like literally fresh out of like their 90-day thing, was like, yeah, I want Dodge Ram Rebel. 62,000. Best rate. $200 weekly for 8 years at 7%, and that includes almost 8 grand down. Are you tripping? Are you tripping me? These companies don't sell vehicles anymore. They sell interest. They make more money off the interest than they do the vehicle. That's why I buy used. The problem is the used market is so horrible right now. There's no point in buying used because you're not saving any money. You're either buying something that's completely clapped out, or you're buying something that's 5 years old that you're paying 90% of a new vehicle. Like, look at this, look at this. Let's see if they still have it here. Let's see if they still have it. Okay, so the sticker price, so not including taxes, freight, everything. The sticker price on my 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Touring in Canada is $32,000 and change. The Subaru dealership right now has a 2021 Sport. So I think it's one trim level up. They have a 2021 Sport with 44,000 kilometers on it. Guess how much it is? Guess how much it is? So a brand new 2024 Touring, which is I think one trim level down from a 2021 Sport, and the Sport has 45,000 kilometers on it. Same, 38K. 28K. Well, put it this way, the people that said same, you're closest without going over. It's 34,000. Now, granted, you don't have to pay destination, but you still got to pay taxes. A 2020 or 2020 Accent is 32. A 2019 Forester is 35. Ooh, a WRX. Impreza 20. But yeah, there's no point in buying a used car that's less than 5 years old because you're paying new prices for it. Never buy used WRX. Oh, I know. I know that part. $40 enough for 250mm ABS prints. Depends on your nozzle size and layer height. I know you have to do flow rate calculation. So basically, I print the fastest I normally print on my 40 watt with a 0.4 nozzle is 0.2 layer height. At a 0.8, I over extrude infill, and that caps it out at 120 millimeters a second. Almost one. Yeah, we're going to do the giveaway at 1. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some filament from Polymaker, link in the description. I mean, it actually does look pretty clean. Like, granted, the corners I have no idea what the pressure advance is. There's no pressure advance tuning on this at all. Retractions are just eyeballed. And we're open air printing ASA. Current speeds and feeds, slow. We are moving at 25 millimeters a second, extruding roughly 30 millimeters cubed of filament. Which, if you're wondering, this is 25 millimeters a second printing. 25 millimeters a second printing speed. It's hoovering down that filament. Repeat it. Okay, so here is my totally off the cuff, I've spent a couple weeks playing with this opinion. If you have Revo, go with Revo High Flow. If you are going to be maxing out a hot end, if you need high flow right off the bat, probably build with a Rapido. However, I do prefer the Revo ecosystem more. You know, the fact that you don't have to worry about nozzle oozing, tool-free nozzle changes. I think the Revo is a better ecosystem for more people, but for those that need high flow right off the bat, go Rapido. These are a good option for those that are already running Revos that need more flow. Simple as that. So if you currently have Revos, get the high flow nozzles, because a Revo with a high flow nozzle is roughly the same bang as for the buck as a Rapido with a high flow nozzle, if I remember correctly. Like if you buy new, basically. But if you already have Revos, just get some high flow nozzles and call it a day. My opinion, 0.6 is the good sweet spot. Okay, let's do this giveaway. So if you haven't entered, today is Friday. You'll have another chance tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be the unfucking build stream, because we got to fix a V0 I dropped on the floor. So that'll be tomorrow's stream. I mean, this Rat Rig V core that's 200 millimeters cubed has an ultra high flow Rapido with a 0.6 nozzle in it. Does it need it? No, but it has it. Okay, this is a 1.4 nozzle. Somebody give me a number between 1 and 4. I need a number between 1 and 4. Two. 1, 2. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, the computer already knows. And the winner will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Roger. Congratulations, Roger. Let me pull up your information here. Okay. So congratulations, Roger. So you'll get an email from me when the stream ends. So we're gonna call it there. I do want to get a shout out to E3D for actually sending me these nozzles. E3D did reach out and send me these nozzles free of charge for whatever the heck I want to do with them purposes. They didn't really say, they just sent me the nozzles. So yeah, if you do want to get these, link in the description. Basically, if you have Revo and you need a little bit more flow, grab a high flow nozzle. If you need even more flow or you're printing with hotter materials like nylon, get the 60 watt heater too. And if you're gonna get one size and one size only, probably get a 0.6 or the 0.8. I would say don't bother with the 0.4. Revo Volcano. They're still working on stuff. They're working on Obsidian high flow, so. But we're gonna call it there because I gotta go watch the little guy because the wifey's going to work and he was a bad boy, so he's home from school. So we're gonna call it there. Tomorrow we will fix the V0. Hopefully it's not too bad. I don't think I need to reprint anything, and I bought a replacement rail, so we should be okay. We'll see how that goes. And also shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we gave away. We give away a spool of filament from them every stream, so check them out. Link in the description. Look at that extruder gear go. Focus on that. It's just spinning away. I'll post pictures of this on the Twitter and the Discord also. So follow me at 3DP Nero, and also join the Discord. The reason we're also playing with the fat nozzles, next Friday is the contest. So every month we do a community challenge on the Discord. This month's challenge is thick and thin. So either print something with a really fat nozzle or print something with a really thin nozzle, or small nozzle. So that's, is the motor hot? No. I run my machines within their safety margin, so I don't have to worry about stuff overheating and failing. So we're gonna call it there. I'm hungry too. So I will see you tomorrow. For those that donated to the channel, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. So we are gonna call it there. Be safe out there, wash your hands, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.